Hello.
Oh,
Hello?
hello, you hear me well?
Yeah, it was just a little weird at the beginning.
It's fine.
Hunter X, is that from the anime?
No, it's like it's from programming. Basically, the X is like the how do you call it?
Variable?
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's the list. You know where you set up all the base and everything. Like when you want to put like certain variables. For example, you are trying to search a certain type of a variable in a list that has different types like champions, and it gives you an output of, for example, like a champion ADC. You put JINX and it shows you ADC in the output. So it's basically something like this. It's just my for programming basically. I
Kadoke, interesting. Way more
yeah.
interesting than mine. It's Sawyer Nelson, my name. How how outrageously lame.
I mean, at least you have the balls to put your real name. You know, like not everyone do that.
I guess.
That is respectable, to be honest. Um, so yeah,
So yeah,
kind of good. I figured you out because I saw in Twitter that Malice was reposting and everything. Like he was retweeting your tweet and he bought you, and I was like, okay, I will. I never got coach before, so I was like, maybe it's time, because I wanna improve. And yeah, I saw the opportunity and I take it.
Kadoke. So what do you play?
I play ADC. If you want me, I can link you my two accounts I have right now.
Kadoke.
This one, this
God,
one is the worst looking one, but anyway, it doesn't matter. I think.
yeah, God bless it's EU West. So many of these players that I've been coaching are they play on EUN, even though
Even uh,
yeah, EUN, EUNE,
mm,
but like they have fine ping on EOS, but they're just scared or something. That's
I'm a little bit triggered because I'm from Spain, so even no, when I'm playing like League, I was getting 44 ping and I'm getting 55 randomly because of after this patch, and it's kind of annoying sometimes.
yeah, GG. It also might be because of current affairs and whatnot. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah, it's like it's something with the server because I noticed at least in Spain everyone have it. So I don't know, and sometimes we have some. The servers doesn't work in Spain, for example. It's like so randomly, like we cannot connect to the server. I don't know what is going on nowadays.
Yeah, Jesus. So it's just strictly Jinx, huh?
Yeah, because I mean I don't like that much Jinx. I prefer to play Seri or Bane. It's more fun. But Jinx is easy champion, and to learn the fundamentals of the game is way easier.
Yeah, fair enough. Let me look at some champs. Let's see. Like an
Uh,
Ezreal would be like a close, like similar champion to Jinx that maybe you could pick up.
yeah, Ezreal is way safer as well.
Yeah, he's safer in a sense, but then also has the ability to attack more, so long that you do it right.
Yeah, yeah, true.
It's nice with
I,
Ezreal
I
too,
like
because the enemy
Ezreal.
the enemy does have to reciprocate the trade, whereas with Jinx they do.
Yeah, I saw the rank one in China is Ezreal OTP actually, and he
Interesting.
has like 2,000 LP, something like that. So it's like, yeah, nice.
They gotta, yeah, yeah.
I mean, he's crack as fuck. I saw it and I was like, holy shit, I had never seen this Ezreal. And even I saw Uzi and all these people play and Viper, and I was like, holy shit, who is this guy?
2,000 LP.
2,250.
There's gonna be an LP recession soon enough. What in the
I
fuck?
mean, in a way, so we almost hit 2,000. Like Magic Felix was really close, but he didn't in the end.
Here, let me look at EOS ladder real quick.
Yeah, it's a little bit inflated, I think.
If everyone had double the games, like they would hit 2,000. That's the thing
Yeah,
with like Chinese server, like they are just non-stop playing.
yeah, too many people. Only the best goes there. Like, but
Well, not necessarily. It's like with the Chinese super server, it's like it's an influx of one tricks. So then
yeah,
it's
yeah.
very easy for them to just nonstop queue because they don't exactly have to think or like do,
Yeah,
it's just the
yeah,
same day, different or different day, same shit for them.
yeah. They only play mechanically, no macro, at least for as far as I saw.
They have like, yeah, everyone plays on the exact same rules of macro for the most part. It's
Uh,
like once it's mid game, we're doing this, which
it's kind of it's
better
kind of
that,
disgusting.
yeah, better that than like five individuals doing random shit, in my opinion. Up until a
I mean,
point, but like Jesus.
yeah, it's better, but I feel like in West we have a little bit more macro, because we play normally for Drake, so we have to get the tempo back before the wave. Like we cross the wave, for example, we back before the Drake to prepare the vision and all that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Sometimes, not all
But
the time.
but then the games last like 38 minutes. It's like, dude, that's not league.
Yeah,
That is not
yeah,
league. These
yeah.
guys, it's over at 24 every single time. And when it's
I like
not,
that.
yeah, when it's not, it's like at least it was interesting.
I played in the Taiwanese server because I was living there 1 year, and they play so fucking crazy as well. Like they were so aggressive all the time.
Yeah, sometimes it's really stupid too. Like, have you ever watched the Chinese Fiora one trick?
Yeah, he basically
Yeah,
like
so
1 second.
he solo kills his lane and then stays, solo kills him again. His laner comes back, solo kills him because he hasn't recalled. He's at 200 HP, hasn't recalled. Then he comes back and kills him. Like, it's the dumbest shit.
Yeah, I have been seeing like pause these days because I was like, holy shit, he's going to Korea, and I saw people there do what you say now. Sometimes they do not take the advantage properly.
Yeah. Boss is also
So
a special case because Silence. It's
I
crazy
cannot
as
talk,
fuck.
and I'm on tour right now, so I cannot talk.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure you run into it. Okay, Doc. So, what did you want to do? Like, we could do a VOD
Uh,
review. We could do a live session
I
where I
mean,
watch you play.
what do you think is the best to take more out of it?
Probably a VOD review.
Okay, for review. Okay, I have so I play with Outplay It. That is like the program to record all the bots and everything.
Yeah.
So, okay, if you want to tell me like one of the games past these days, like 2 days or 3 days, I probably have it if you want to watch it.
Okay.
Because and if I take you one that is 13-3, I don't know if we can take a lot of from there. I guess we can, but
Usually I just say like a match that means something to you because the scores don't exactly tell me a lot more often than not.
a match that matters for me.
That like actually is in your memory because usually those are the important ones.
So the ones I hold more struggle, like thinking about this is the most important one. I think my biggest problem is myself in terms of mentality sometimes. It's like what drives me to 113 or 213 score, or 010 score. Sometimes I have those type of games that I'm like, fuck it, I'm not gonna play. I feel like my team doesn't wanna play either, so
Like sometimes that's necessary on AD, but it kind of matters how you do it. Like it can be okay to go 1-10 in a hard losing game, so long that you do
yeah.
it in the right way. So
Yeah, because the super has this mentality of my ADC die 2 times, I just leave it, and I'm a Jinx, so I can get permadeath. And I'm
yeah,
like, but nowadays I saw Gumayushi. He told me they did a rotation with T1, and basically what he does is like he's seeing he's getting Dove, no problem. He gets the his jungle buff or like wolves, and then he goes to meat farm, and then he goes to Eral to prepare it, for example, something like that. He's like doesn't stay in boat or neither wait for the wave.
yeah, you got to adapt to the crazy shit in solo queue, and that's like things you can look for. Literally anything else other than sitting under turret and waiting to get dove. Because
Uh,
if you got the maniac, the Hillisang, little Hillisang on Pike going, you die 2 times because his hook sucked cock and he hooked an Alistar into you and you die as Jinx. It's like, and then he starts
Yeah.
leaving. It's like, well, now you got to go with him or something. Yeah,
I mean,
so you got to
yeah,
adapt as you go. It's not like very black and white with League. Just how you play it, I suppose.
yeah, I agree. Like mostly, sometimes it gets a support that they doesn't know how to play. That happens a lot as well. Okay.
Yeah, with EU West, they're particularly like pissy pants from my experience with the support players.
Like
My ADC isn't like 10-0 when I've just stood still. They suck. Like that's a lot of their mentality from what I've seen. As high as it goes too, but it's whatever.
uh, yeah, true. Like I don't know, it's so disgusting sometimes. Like sometimes you get really good support, sometimes you get like some people that are got boosted in a way, like
Yeah.
some girls. To be honest,
I'd
I'm
rather
not
have the
hating
E
on them.
girl than the Pike support.
Yeah, me too. Sometimes I agree.
Especially if I played a lot of Jinx.
Yeah,
But yeah, in those spots, you really just have to. It's just about doing your job and doing it well, you know? And if the other guy's not cooperating, we got to start doing evasive maneuvers. We're not getting dough if we're going to farm mid with mid lane because we have no other option. Crazy, stupid shit like that.
yeah. Basically, it's like that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if I have a game that is like. Uh, I mean, we can. I guess like, we can review this one against a Draven. It's like I feel it's sometimes it's my hardest matchup because Draven is like. But it depends so much in the super. I normally don't die versus Draven, but
Yeah, it does depend on support. And you have to play it way better than the Draven has to play it. You kind of become like a
yeah,
control mage against Draven as Jinx.
yeah, and it's spacing really well. Like telling him I'm gonna auto attack you, but actually no, and then auto attack him after he tried to attack me back.
Yeah. It can also be a battle of mana sometimes. Like, the
Yeah, with
supports
the
really, really augment that one.
and the super struggle, and more if it's like enchanter or something like that. Okay. Um, okay, I think this one. It's not that long, but I think this one. Let me see if I can get the. Uh, here. Okay. You want me to screen share it or?
Yeah, you can screen share it if there's not like where you can like upload it or whatever. Or
I
if
mean,
that takes too
it's
long.
yeah. That is the point. It will take so long. I
Yeah.
think. Okay. Let me mute it because it has music all the time. Tell me if the quality is good.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. So this one is against Ash and what more? I don't remember. Let me see if I pressed up. Oh yeah, here.
Is this Ash
Ash and
Jana?
Jana.
Okay. You guys should win this lane.
We should, no? Okay.
Yeah.
And
You have
then we have.
the if I was playing this, my main idea would be like if you push them in, like they are turbo screwed. They have a Diana
Yeah.
jungle, you have Lee Sin, so it's very hard for you to get ganked. And
Mm-hmm.
the only way you lose is like if you opt into just the sort of trades like on the side of the wave, and then like
Mm-hmm.
you end up in a 1v1 with Ash, where the
Mm-hmm.
karma's like not in range to Q or like not in the right spots. So yeah, it gets pretty simple with this one. So long that you're hitting the wave and getting them pushed in, kind of like you were if you were Kalen, it'd be the same deal too. Then everything's going to go well. And then for the top side, like we don't even really have to deal with them for a long time. Luckily, like Yone Yasuo is going to stay mid, no TP on top lane. God bless. So
That is good.
yeah, and
I
then
mean,
into
the
the mid
only.
game, like all the champions work together too for your team. So
Yeah, I mean, we have better team. As long they are humans, we should be okay. I think the problem in this game, they were not humans, but I could do it better probably. like from seeing the score. So okay, let me go. So we pull the blue. Okay, the lane state.
Okay.
Normally, what I was doing is like hitting like a couple autos, but I didn't came early. It's just to get the advantage of
Yeah.
pushing.
Okay.
Here
So
I
like,
didn't space well.
yeah, that's not good. You're trying to press into them whenever karma's missed. So it's up to you to like hit the minions, and you want to be watching them. So like if you go back, and like if you're hitting the caster minions, watching them, you hit it with the minigun. A little bit after this, Kidoke, and then pause right here. So if we hit the caster minions with the minigun, we build up or we maintain the passive, and then we're waiting for them to move into you to attack you, because it's not up to you to move into them. If you move into them, Ashe basically has two abilities level 1 with her slow on her passive. So, like I said, the only way we mess this up is kind of trading 1v2, which is what you opt into. Just keep hitting the caster minions, and then if they move into range, then you swap to rockets and then hit them.
Okay, so I basically stay with my creeps as long as possible to get the like to make them come to me.
Yeah, it's like a double. It's just your winning position. You win the wave, you force them to move into you. That pulls them into you and karma and your minions, puts you in a safer position.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I mean, in the end, it turns good because, well, more or less, I hit them both, but was more lucky.
Yeah, but then it's like here's more of your mana on those caster minions.
Yeah, and with the nerf, it's kind of fucked up, to be honest.
Yeah,
I feel it.
we have to be spending the Q mana on the champions and then the minigun on the wave, unless you have to farm safely, which this just shouldn't be the lane state. You know, we don't kill those casters sooner; they get level 2 sooner. Like it is fucked up.
Yeah.
And then you can literally fast forward probably 2 minutes. It's like you just get pushed in and poked out, and then run out of mana. And then once the wave bounces back, it's like, how do you crash? We have exhaust in this lane too. Christ, we're screwed. We're so screwed.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, heal will be better, I think.
Yeah, double range lanes generally, it's like probably go heal. And then with melee lanes, you probably go exhaust, because I'm sure you like kind of got on that playing into like Zayas and Kaisas with Nautilus and shit. Exhaust is really good. Though.
Yeah, I spam as exhaust. Normal nowadays, like this last 3 days, have been spamming all the time heal, and I feel better with heal actually because it's more safer for Jinx and because of the nerfs.
It's better offensively too. So like you land a W and then you can run them down with the movement speed from it.
Yeah, that is on specific occasions I can do it.
Yeah, because against the double range lanes, like they're not gonna have CC, but they're gonna have slows and shit. So they have Ashe slow, they have Janna W slow, but then Janna gives Ashe movement speed. Like yeah, that movement speed is gonna give you more damage from the heal, and the heal's gonna give you more HP to survive. They're like little, they're throwing like little wet noodle autos, but they build up. So alrighty, so yeah, we return to lane with a fucking Cole. A D-blade and Cole is never really it.
It's not good. Cool. I have been spamming because I saw Baus like buying it, and I was like, okay, I wanna try it because it feels like sometimes it gives you a lot of advantage, and the heal that you get if you spam auto attacks is like kind of good. Like it gives me good sustain, and
Like
the damage is not bad.
The item's not terrible, but the combination is really weird. It's like, let's say you have longsword refillable Cole. It's going to be looking a whole lot better than D-blade Cole, because D-blade is for like fighting the lane. Cole is for farming the lane. It just doesn't make much sense. It's like on this recall, if you get a longsword refillable instead of the Cole, that's more sustain than the Cole's going to be. And it's also going to be like more sustain when you really need it. And then it gets you to your Noon Quiver faster. Once you have Noon Quiver, you own the lane. That's what like we want to be getting to with this lane. So with that as well, it's like probably don't start D-blade. But you can start D-blade if you're going to noob the enemy, but you know, this doesn't look like Gumayushi with the levels 1 to 2. We lost the wave and then we can't fight, so there goes the D-blade. So GG.
Yeah, it's not the best game actually. I agree. There we go.
All right, let's see if we can.
Basically, cool, I get it when with refillable, or I get a sword with refillable.
On this recall, I think get a longsword refillable.
Okay. And if I have like, for example, 100 gold more to buy the refillable, is better cool refillable, or I stick with the long sword and refillable,
Um,
like for efficiency and all that.
if you have enough gold, I would still just go with the longsword. Because then that excess gold's going to be going into the dagger and longsword on the next recall. Or just
So
the full moon quiver.
okay, so yeah, so basically I prioritize the non-keeper to get my mythic as soon as possible, no?
You prioritize the noon quiver to get push on the wave. We have push on the wave. We poke them under turret. We get their turret plates. They lose. Ash Jonna can't endure that.
Okay, so then cool is not recommended that much in ADC.
It depends, but right here, like, it doesn't do anything. You're just conceding everything.
Mm. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I understand.
Yeah. And we don't need anything like a control ward because we have Lee Sin, they have Diana. Neither one's going to be coming bot side. Hopefully. Okie doke. So we crash this wave, and then like we could recall. We could have we would have another longsword here, and it'd be pretty cool. It'd be pretty cool. Or we would have the full noon quiver, I think, if we started longsword. But
yeah, true. We could have to. I mean, I don't buy another potion because I only have one.
I mean,
with the cool.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Because we crash the wave, then X wave will be coming back. Whenever that wave's coming back, we're not going to really take much damage unless you really mess up.
Okay.
And then once the wave bounces back and you start trading, you just need that one health potion. Lee Sin comes by. What the fuck? Lee Sin, you're level 5, big man.
Oh.
Lee Sin, do the 2 camps, and then recall. Get level 6.
Oh, I missed my W.
Okay, alright.
And I keep farming, I'm like, fuck it. And this guy wants to go back. And I was like, what the fuck?
EU Lee Sin. Yeah, it's dragon time. He failed the game. It's definitely not farm 2 camps into recall. Get the buff, get level 6, kick Yone's head off. It is not that Lee Sin, I promise. It is dragon time. Okay, so we're last hitting. Enemy bottling's kind of zoning themselves. You're like pushing here. You should just be last hitting, like playing the wave as slow as possible. Like go back a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw Diana. Actually, I should play more slow because probably my idea here was to get the Prio so we can move Karma and me to Drake if they contest. That is what was coming in my head probably.
Okay. It's not terrible, but it's like you can react to it. It's never going to be your job to like preempt those things this early as AD. Just prioritize your like lane state.
Advantage.
Yeah, your advantage.
I have some trouble on that things. Like sometimes I do not prioritize, but because normally I play with a duo and they are jungle and fuck my life, you know. Like sometimes they want me to do something early to I don't know. Like for example, oh, is Drake at 6 minutes? Come to do the Drake, you know. And I'm like, my lane state is not the perfect, you know.
Yeah, so just tell them no.
Yeah, and then you know it comes like a little bit like gray, you know.
Yeah, you're not the support, man. You're the ADC. If you're not standing up for like your own farm and like powering up at all stages of the game, if you're not playing for yourself, basically, it's messed up. You're not an asset to your team; they're an asset to you.
Yeah. So basically, I try to take as much resource as possible, no?
Yeah, and then so yeah, like if the jungler asks you to come to Dragon, you can calculate all the things that go into it. Like, is their mid lane going to be there? Like, is the ball lane going to move? Is Diana going to be there? If so, like, how's it going to play out? But then if you know all that, then you can know if you can stay in lane or not, or at least the like ranges of like what you're playing around.
Yeah.
Okey-doke. Lee Sin Q's and fucking W's. Yeah, you pushed the way for that guy. You pushed the way for that guy. Okay, and just stay hitting them under turret here. We saw the Diana top. Keep pushing them in. Karma, because whenever you push them in, if you have a Karma, Lux, Xerath, whatever, you push them in, your support gets the poke, and they're screwed. You can fish for W's in your queue when you get it, but yeah, you like really set them up to win the lane. And then even if you don't kill them under turret, once the wave bounces back, you hold that wave that's coming back, and then it's up to them to crash it. If they're half HP, how the fuck do they crash it? You know, you just walk past the wave and try to kill them.
Okay. Okay, I see it. So with poke matchups, I should always try to get the pre-on pushing and crash it in their tower to get the advantage in trading.
Yeah.
Okay.
And once it crashes, you can choose to let the next wave come into you instead of just unleashing on that wave. Because if you let that wave come in, then it's halfway up the lane, they're like half HP, and you move past the wave and zone them. And then if they don't zone themselves, you try to kill them. That's like how you utilize that advantage.
Okay. And do they like? Do you feel like some high elo players do this
Yeah.
properly?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do it. No? Okay.
Like if you watch like a Caitlyn Lux.
But I'm not trying to say like to confirm it if it's right or not. I'm just like wondering if, because I know that many players that are really high elo in solo queue, they don't sometimes they don't do things that I know is better, for example, and I was wondering that.
Well, yeah, like it depends on what they play too. Maybe they don't even know to do it because, I don't know, let's say you play Kaisa Zaya forever. You don't really find yourself in those positions to do that, so maybe they don't know to do it or like aren't doing it, you know?
Yeah, okay, I understand.
Yeah, so they might have
So
like
the
a
range
stylistic.
of matchup change, okay.
Yeah, because like a JINX, a Caitlyn, a Varus, that's their bread and butter. Push the enemy in, poke them, wave comes back, zone them. If they don't zone themselves, walk into them and kill them. Because if you're full HP and they're half HP, they're not going to have the time to kill you because they're range champions. Whereas if it's like Kai'Sa Nautilus and you walk past the wave, like they hook you and you still die, even if they're like half HP, you know? So it really depends. Okie doke, Lee Sin, you're finally level 6. W, Q,
Oh my
moving.
God. Probably this is not my best beginner. Okay, he kills, nice.
The fucking worst Lee Sin mechanics I've ever seen. I can't even see your champion. I'm freaking out over Lee Sin. Okay.
I think I don't know. I think this game was kind of dodge, but I still play anyway because with the nerf of the dodge, I cannot do more. You know, like I cannot.
Okay.
I eat many of these type of players.
Okay. After
but
that,
I'm playing bad, so I cannot talk.
Yeah. After the third plate, even the third plate's kind of an overstay, but whatever. It's Jonna Ash. After the plate is dead, you just hit the wave so that it goes in sooner. You recall faster. Bada bing, bada boom.
So plates normally is not good, or sometimes whenever I have it free.
We'll go back. Like you were hitting the turret as the wave's coming in. Whenever you already had the plate.
Okay, so here.
It's after this. It's whenever they're already dead.
Here I get the wave.
No, it's after this.
After the other one, okay.
Let's do. So we get the second plate, and then you stay for the third one. They're still dead, so it's okay. And then there's no threat of like being attacked, so it's also okay. But if you can be attacked at all, staying for the third plate here sucks. So we kill the third plate, and then here's the wave. You should start hitting the wave instead of these extra autos.
Yeah, they are useless as fuck, actually.
Yeah.
True.
And then fucking minigun the melee. So minigun auto W, and then you rocket the casters. Like this is it's so messy.
Yeah, true. What the fuck?
And then all that happens
I
faster.
to rocket there, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, here I can, rocket a little bit and then minigun.
Okey-doke.
Normally what I do, I let one melee to come to me, so when I recall, I just W. Like I W from far away and I just recall here. I don't know if it's wins time or not. I'm not so sure.
I mean, if you W it right after the first minigun auto, that minion's just dead sooner, so.
Yeah.
Okay, Noon Quiver Boots isn't the worst thing ever. I would get one health potion here. A dagger, that's too far.
It's not good, no?
I don't think it's necessary. We already won lane. So you can just kind of sit on the gold. Like the boots are okay because it's like range versus range, but then they also have like this movement speed difference. But the dagger, like, and then to complete the tier 2 boots doesn't really change the lane. The boots themselves change the lane, but the investment into Berserker Greaves just delays like the pickaxe crit cloak, which is like all of your damage in the early game.
So I should have prioritized and save money for pickaxe, actually.
Yeah, the same way that like the coal is to like kind of just nullify and dodge the lane, that's what the Berserker Greaves to build into them fully would be, or just to buy the dagger too. So that's so much of EUS though. Everyone's trying to play to dodge the lane, whether they realize it or not. Yeah. Okie doke. So then I would wear Tri-Brush here, just in case. Just in case Diana wants to be weird.
I think I will do it. I'm not even close, holy shit. I mean, this is like greedy as fuck, you know? Like, probably have the greedy mentality here.
Yeah, and your lane is kind of Diana's only way into this game, I think. She can't gank Gragas. She can't really gank Yasuo. Okay.
I think I did bad there. Oh, fuck.
Jesus!
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Here,
The long range
I'm
W's.
pretty sure I cast the R here. Okay, has the shield. Okay, I didn't see shield. Okay. Yeah, Jana put the shield, so I didn't kill her. I thought it was gonna kill her, but yeah, I fucked up. I should dodge flash better there.
Should have warded beforehand.
Yeah, and as well, that is the true. Like sometimes I don't have this map awareness mindset on trying to figure out like to put the spot. Like I feel it, like I should be putting a word there.
If you feel it, just do it. Like it doesn't. You don't have to have like the perfect idea or like the perfect knowledge. Like the wave's going in. Probably the time to ward the Tri-Brush. With the time that like Diana's also level 6. Okey-doke. Here's the Berserker Greaves. We get to kill these minions faster. Amazing.
I'm trying to see Jana if I can kill it. Not even close. Yeah, it's kind of bad idea actually. A pickaxe will be way better. Yeah, I can see it now better. Yeah, because it's the useless time here. I'm not using it correctly.
Yeah. In general, too, like the Berserker Greaves early is just kind of outdated. It's not
outdated, no? I did that.
It's just not as strong as it used to be. W, ulti, Zonia's. Okey-doke. So your karma's in river, and then you're trying to hit them. That's going to be the price you pay every single time. If you're not watching your support like an enemy on the mini map, then
yeah, my bad there. Yeah, sometimes I get frustrated because they leave, and I'm just like.
If you don't see it though, like, and then, you know, like, did you see the karma move?
Let me think. So probably when she left, I was thinking she was gonna like ward the Drake or something. Yeah, so probably I should back off here, or maybe I should back. Yeah.
Like after you shot the W.
Yeah, but the reason is karma show. Yeah, when she show here, they got the info, and I fucked up. Actually, yeah, it's my bad. Yeah, I feel like this is so bad for me. Yeah.
Yeah, and then investing into all this stuff, a random longsword too. So it's like it kind of like incorrect buys into the misplays like really just set you behind. And then it's just farming simulator. So like all this, if you do those steps incorrectly, then it's like you can't win lane, and then if you're not winning lane, you don't really dictate the game, and you're just kind of riding it. Which you still get to play. It's EU West. The game's going to go long enough, but that's not how you want to like do it.
In North America, they don't. It takes less time.
What do you mean?
Like when they cannot do these stupid things. So the game, because of
No,
the game,
no,
is
no. The
shorter.
game lasts forever in NA2, but
Okay.
in Korea and China, the games actually end. That's going to be the comparison.
Okay. So I
So
basically just prioritize the.
shit, okay. You really want to aim to do the things early in lane right, because if you do them right, you'll notice that the same sort of patterns keep playing out throughout the entire game. If you have a good laning phase, you kind of just have a good mid game and a good late game.
Yeah, here I fucked up really hard.
Because it's not only do you gain an in-game advantage, right? You get more gold so that your champion literally is just doing more damage and taking less damage and whatnot, but you also, the way that you play things out, if you're doing them correctly, like I said, it just keeps repeating like as the game goes on and on and on. So like if you're trading well in lane, then it's going to be easier to team fight. If you're laning well, if you're managing the wave and know how to do the certain things in lane, then your mid game is going to be better because you'll know what to do in the mid lane whenever you're farming there. Or if you find yourself in a side lane, it'll be the same deal.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's the most important part to have down, or to like aim to get to be to put your most effort into.
Okay. Yeah. Here I fucked up as well because I bought a dagger, so I can use it as well.
Jesus.
Yeah, because I'm gonna go for PD, and sometimes when I don't have the money, I just buy it. Because I feel like sitting with no gold. Sometimes it feels like it's not efficient for me, but I'm probably wrong.
It's like going into debt, but you're not exactly starting a business for it. It's like you bought, I don't know, a new car when you already had one. This car
Yeah,
runs fine. What's
it's
the
like
deal?
trying to predict a business how it's gonna go, but actually it doesn't have to be like that. Because I need to get Kraken first, and then I have to get PD, and maybe the game end when I get Kraken. So it's like fucked up.
Yeah, it's like we're trying to save for next quarter, but you gambled this month's earnings. Like, what the hell? We're going out of business. Gambling with a longsword dagger, hope it gets a kill. How would it get one? You got me.
0-3, and probably I'm popping off right now. I'm gonna
Put $15,000 on black. I think it's gonna hit. Might be homeless if it doesn't, but
15, and if it doesn't hit, 30K next time. And then you gamble, and then you have like 500,000 debt. Yeah.
put 500,000 on G2.
Yeah. I don't think he's gonna win. Even I like Flaggett, but
And we're farming. Let's skip like 2 minutes here. I bet we're still under turret farming. They randomly leave.
okay, here is when the action comes.
I don't know what
So
the
I'm
fuck
trying
you're
to kill
doing.
it.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, so here I don't have vision of Diana. So I was like, yeah, why
It's not even about
You know?
vision on Diana. This is just like you were asking for it. Jannas will never walk into you unless they have a reason. Which that is like 50% true, but you know what I mean. Like a real life Janna shouldn't. Damn it, Janna players are the exception. Whatever.
Yeah, she was coming for the bait. Yeah, but sometimes when they do this, I take the kill, because it's like so random, sometimes they walk to me.
Yeah, you really have to have a read on that one. Are they
Yeah,
the worst of all time or totally baiting? It's so hard to tell.
yeah, so here, it's like basically they're playing like Healy on it.
Hell yeah.
It feels like. So here I see the ashes so far, and I was like, okay, it's a free kill, but actually it wasn't because Diana fucked me here. Yeah, my bad. So I like what I should do here. Like Is my bad because I didn't put a ping wire in that Tribus or?
No. Go back.
Uh-huh.
Right. A little bit further.
But it's the 15 seconds.
Like before all this, like before you hit the
Okay,
jump.
here.
Right, so we're pushing the wave. They're coming back to lane. Recall.
Here, Rico, no?
Yep. You've crashed the wave. You got away with it.
I thought she was gonna try to stop my recall. But actually, that was the reason because Diana was waiting for me. Makes sense now.
Okay, so let's say you walk back to turret and she tries to stop your recall. She moves all the way up that lane, and then Lee Sin has more time to get there too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's just kind of a win-win. We would have had Kraken here. It's whatever. It's not whatever though. I don't know what the hell those components are.
Yeah. Actually, it's really bad. I mean, yeah. I have this bad habit. Well,
I wonder why that is too, because these games, if you just take it slower, that's usually my issue. Like if I end up doing stuff like that, is like if I can just take the game a little slower and be okay with like being down, because once you die, it's like you're going to be on the back foot. But if you just don't fight them on that recall, and then you get away with the lane and can get a crash and reset, then you actually come back to lane with meaningful items. Because you're never going to correct it by buying like a random component when you already died once, for example. Because that's what happened in this lane. It's like you die and then try to come back with extra, extra little stuff, and the enemy just doesn't opt into dying, so we can't actually utilize it. Okey-doke.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, I will have to think more about it. Realize it's more to stop doing that and practice it. I have been playing since season 5, but uh, last year in the middle of the summer is when I started to take the game more seriously and like go for like basically I watched some LS videos to learn about like the fundamentals and everything and focus on that.
Okay. Whenever you do that too, it's like you have to practice it as well. It's easy to learn it. It is a bitch to practice the fundamentals and to do them well.
I mean, it's like a little bit pain, but actually it's not that annoying. I kind of enjoy it. Like for example, if I have to practice, let's say 20 games in a row to focus only in farming, I don't mind it. Like just farm and try to get the most farm outcome, and then from there start to time the CDs or things like this. And yeah, basically, and then you start to move from there. That is basically what I learned from another guy as well. That he was like a performance coach, something like that, and he was like, yeah. And now here I'm bragging to the Yasuo because he's not moving from the lane.
Okey-doke, fair enough. I mean, we're 0-4. What's 0-5?
Yeah.
We get a turret. Okey-doke.
Okay. So yeah, this guy is like a performance coach, and basically he started to like he research what is the best way to learn stuff, and more in a game that has many variables. And basically, he's like saying you have to go through this variable and then stick with it until your autopilot mode is used to it, and then move to the
Yeah.
other one, and all the time like that.
Yeah, I basically agree. It's like you got to do it. And then whenever you do something, you gain the understanding of it. Because whenever you learn something, you get the knowledge of it. But you don't have the understanding until you do it. Because whenever you do it, you literally build like a little machine in your brain that starts doing it automatically. And then the more you practice it, the more it becomes like downloaded. And then it becomes your eyes and hands doing it. And once you get there, oh boy, then you're really fucking playing. Because then you can just be in the moment watching it happen. Have you ever heard LS say, a punch is just a punch is more than a punch, and then once you get good enough, it becomes a punch is just a punch once again?
It's like one of those Bruce Lee quotes when they say, I fear the man who practices the same punch, not the same, how you say, kick 1,000 times rather than,
Yeah.
someone that prays multiple one time.
Yeah, and that stuff never changes.
Mm.
So interesting too. It really bugs me out. I've been reading stuff on like Roman stuff, and how they had shit right back then really freaks me out. Really makes me wonder.
You mean like how they practiced before, that?
That philosophy stuff, just generally ideas and whatnot. It's like,
You mean the philosophy part of it?
yeah,
Yeah, because the some like I saw one guy that was Olympic champion in Spain, and he told me the way he practiced he was getting kicked out so many times and punched from the coach to improve as much as possible, and that is how they view it. But they changed the way to do it, and it shows that doesn't matter much.
this
Like
flashing fucking sucks.
yeah, here I'm fucked up.
Holy shit.
Yes, fuck my life. Okay, so here we take. So I guess my rotation here are fine, or maybe not. I don't know.
We just kind of find ourselves here, go to ulti. The Yone offers himself, and then once the Yone backs off, you have no chase. It's just you.
I think Gragas, bro, help me. Gragas.
Okay, so let him help you. he's your asset, but then you just run right in front of him. That's a Spain diff right there. You really wanted that kill, but you cannot have it. After he's gone, then you have to give it up. If you really wanted to play a champion to chase people down, it'd be like a Draven, a Lucian, something like that.
I was OTP Lucian actually, and Draven. I don't know. That champion is in US. I don't feel they are fine mentally.
Yeah, that's
they have some problems.
I never got that because Draven's a very like actually tame champion. They just take the wrong things too seriously, I feel like.
Yeah, and they are like, come here, do this. Oh my god, why you are not with me?
Yeah, it's like
it's
they
too
just
much ego,
They brute force everything, and it works at the beginning. It is the exact same shit as like a curve art or like a skill curve that like a Thresh goes through because they get good, they learn how to kill the enemy. They do that enough, they get to higher elo. You get to higher elo, it stops becoming about killing the enemy. You can kill the enemy minutes 1 to 12, but then Thresh transitions into a defensive champion. So if you keep trying to kill the enemy in the same way, it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
And with Draven players, it's like you can brute force into the enemy, but then you have to take a break on it. No matter like how fed you are or whatnot, it's up to the enemy to make a mistake. But then they keep brute forcing it, and that's just not how it's done. There's no foreplay, they're just ramming it in. She's not going to like that.
Yeah.
Okie doke. So we're in the mid game, we're farming, and it's really into the mid game. It's just you want to grab all the farm you can, and then whenever fights happen, then you respond to them. But you're just really looking for the fight.
More fun, and I die here like fucking.
Because it's always going to be your team starting the fight, unless you're the guy of all time. But until then.
Sometimes I play for like being mechanically better, if I can say like that, to just like outplay the enemy. But yeah, this game is not the best one.
Yeah. So go back to like even like when the Baron fight starts and you run into them.
Okay. Yeah, here I should stay in mid and take the Raptors. Here right now I should be there taking it. Yes. Or the Wolves.
So you have the option to take the Raptors. They spot you with the Ashe E.
I take it. Now here I see that Carmen is gonna get in that, so I wanted to help her, but yeah. Okay. And then I see that there's like 3 to them to do the Nash. So I'm here, okay.
But you're pressing into them. If you're just in the position, it's good enough. But if you press in, then you're screwed. You don't have flash, you don't have exhaust.
Yeah.
The same way that level 1, if you hit the caster minions and you pull the enemy into you, then it's all fine. But you're saying I'm going to attack you, and then it's at the wrong time. So it all goes wrong.
Yeah. So, and I sometimes think too much on depending on my team as well. Because here I was thinking, okay, Lee Sin comes and he kicks Yone, for example, so they cannot engage on me.
Well, how is he going to save you if you're at that position, you know? He can
Yeah,
kick Yone away, but not like that. Not when you're that deep. So the idea is right, but
the execution is bad as fuck, man.
yeah. Just too far forward, too quick. Spin your allies, man. Pull the enemy into you and let them frontline.
Mhm.
Because you start in the back line, but then you get one reset, and then you can kind of be the front line when you're running the enemy down and have total advantage. But you're playing it as if you have the advantage when you don't. So you just gotta play it a little bit slower. And be okay with playing it slower too. Because all the action happens at once.
I'm not that okay, to be honest, playing slower the games because I feel like I lose. Maybe because the mentality of solo is like draining me to force things.
Yeah, but
more.
that shit's out of your control as AD. Like I said, you just have to do your job right. It's about you being in the right position to output the damage and getting a lot of farm. That's basically it. To like entertain the other things is like out of your control, especially in solo queue. If you're like playing with a team or something, it'll be different. But in solo queue, like it's just you versus the world.
Yeah, and there is sometimes as well, like, because I think what drives me out is like some friends I have when I play with them and they tell me, "Oh, don't play like this. You are farming all the time. Doesn't make sense." Blah blah blah. And it makes me sometimes to just think, okay, I stay like in alert for my team, you know, like I stick around with them to take when they take a team fight and behind, you know. But I think that is what makes me a CS lower most of the time. Because
Yeah, it will just make you weaker. It's like you can show
yeah,
up to their fights, but if the fight sucks, like there's no point to it. My solution would just be like farm faster, you know? Take all the jungle camps faster, take the waves faster, and then end up at the fight faster. Just because if they want to fight, like you'll show up when you want to, you know? And then if you can own your own play too, then it makes it where like you'll find the points where you should have went or you could have skipped this camp to go or you could have dropped this wave to go and things will make more sense. If you're always relying on the other person to make the call for you, and then it's not your own play. So you got to take more responsibility for it, but then that takes more effort as well. So you have to watch more, have to judge more, and then also you'll get it wrong a whole bunch of times and have to take the L temporarily. But then
okay.
you'll know I should drop this wave to take this or whatnot.
Okay. So basically, I have to think more about the trades and positioning wave, and then basically don't take like the Diana thing is cracking me up in the head actually because it was so unlucky. I felt like when I die here. No, it's not here. Please, well, this is why I should actually open upgrade this Aya here. So here, I mean, I can guess that just one karma is dead, but
The
yeah,
issue with
I should recall. Yeah, fuck it.
yeah, the issue here was just you didn't recall. Your karma roams. Whenever your support roams and the enemy bot lane's coming back, it's never a fight them angle. If you can crash the wave, do it. If not, don't. And then you just wait for it to be pushed into you.
And I see it, Diana in the map. I saw it here. Like I should just pay more attention. This is map awareness itself because I see Diana getting inside of the jungle in the minimap, and I'm not even looking at it. Yeah, this is my bad.
Yeah. If we don't have all these components and the fucking Berserker Greaves too, we have Kraken here. And then we come back with Kraken, a dagger, maybe Berserker Greaves. And then you can fight. Then that's your time to actually like do it, you know? Not right here, not right now. You're taking like everything that's given to you when it's not real. Like this Jana shit is not real.
Okay, so basically focus in magnetic and not buying components. Basically, like just stick with the mythic, no?
Yeah.
No cool as well. Like fuck that, no? I
No
guess.
no what?
no cool, like the thing that you have to kill 100 creeps
Yeah.
to get the.
Yeah, fuck Cole.
Okay. Uh, then position trading in lane, I guess.
Yeah, generally with Jinx, after the nerf, it's like your minigun on the minions and the Q on the enemy.
Yeah,
Unless,
that.
yeah, and then you change that rule if you're trying to reset, so then you're spending everything on the wave. But that's it. Or else
Okay.
you run out of mana and then you're stuck. With the
Okay.
yeah, and then with this game it was a double range lane, so your whole goal should have been get the push on them and poke them under turret, but you could never really find yourself in those spots. So then you're in the losing spot. Whenever you're in the loser seat, do it gracefully. Don't like
Mm.
take the fights that are given to you like when the enemy's like offering them because it's probably going to suck. Like let the wave push into you, don't get poked, last hit the minions, and then when you have the opportunity, you crash the wave so that then you can spend the gold that you're sitting on, and then when you come back to lane, the next wave's going to be coming into you, so you farm that wave, and then once the wave bounces back, that's your time to attack them. So you have to identify those because if you're not, then you're just kind of a victim of them, you know?
Okay.
Because
What
that
happens? Yeah, tell them.
do what?
No. I was gonna ask you something, but you keep talking. So yeah, tell me.
I think that was about it.
Okay, I was thinking, what happens if my support is like playing for like is playing losing matchup? Should I contest a little bit, like poking a little bit, or I should just ignore it and get my pre on like pushing the wave, for example, or something like that?
It depends. Let me see. So like the game you played 15 hours ago, Jinx Thresh versus Tristana Blitzcrank. Should you contest the push? Yeah, that one's pretty easy though. Uh Jinx Twitch versus Vel'Koz Zyra. What the hell?
That one is the flex one, I think.
uh it was 3 days ago.
Uh,
Oh wait, should I look at the other account? 2 days ago.
uh,
Jinx Zillion versus Aphelios Name.
that one, I
Yeah,
guess.
you just kill the melee minions, and then you
Uh-huh.
might have to use the rockets on the casters because you have a Zillion, they have a Nami, and then Aphelios has green gun. It really depends, man. The volley matchups are pretty dynamic, so that one's pretty hard to say without some like
Like losing. So there is like many different. Yeah.
yeah,
There's no one right thing.
yeah. So just try to think about it as you go into it, and then with that single idea, try it out, and then see what happens, and then build upon it
Okay.
as you go. That's the only way to do it. There's a
Alright.
yeah, there's a million fucking matchups, but generally it's like range versus ranged, you want push. Range versus melee, you want push. If it's melee versus melee and you're playing Jinx, you probably want the wave even.
Okay. I just write matchups and understand everyone way more. Do you know like some videos? I saw. I think there is like like I don't someone called Saber or something like that. That he
Uh,
did some videos about poke and all that.
yeah, I've never watched his videos, but I'm sure they're okay. Really, it would just be watching Gumayushi. That is the only AD to watch right
Yeah,
now.
I watch a lot, but that guy has so little videos of James.
I'm I'm
Playing,
sure you can find some.
no, in streaming. I mean, not
Uh,
in the yeah. Because like for example, what do you think about my mouse and my map control? Like,
well, you never ever move the map, that's for sure.
okay,
Because there's specific points where it's pretty easy to tell that you're not seeing the mini map either if you're not moving the map for certain things. Because with Jinx, also you're barreling right in there. Maybe that's a problem too, where you're not moving the camera. You're moving the champion and not the camera to see what's going on. So with that, it's like you want to be on the outskirts. It's like with the Baron fight, right? You want to be just out of range of the enemy, and then move the camera to see what's happening.
uh
Something like that. And then with seeing the mini map and whatnot, it wasn't really important this game, so it's hard to tell. But
all right.
and then with the mouse and whatnot, didn't really pay attention. It was mostly just the laning parts are a bit more important because the way you were moving and whatnot isn't the worst I've ever seen. So
So it's not that bad, you think?
Yeah, and then if you have a little bit more control to it, it becomes easier. Whenever you're pulling the enemy into you, everything's easier.
So basically, like try to spam more the FKs and try to click on the map when I see an enemy there to see what they are doing.
When it matters, so it's like you want to watch the mini map and then I don't know, you see the Diana on dragon, you can move the camera. Is she doing dragon? Is she just looking at it? Is she walking by, you know? You see the direction and what she's doing. Because with
Okay.
ADC, it's just usually like spotting out the threats and then you get the info that you need of like what they're doing. So then you know what you have to do next.
Okay, perfect. With the mouse, nothing, I guess, more or less. Okay. Because normally when I position the camera, it's like my champion is in the corner limit, you know? Well, actually, they're not.
Yeah. In the fights, it's like you mostly want them centered. And then whenever you're chasing into the enemy, you want to
So
move it past.
I wanted here or I wanted like here, more or less, because here there is no threats, you know? So if I put my champion here, I have more range of view here. Is that better? Or I just should center it?
I think just center it. It's not like that crazy because you also have to follow the fight, right? The Yone went back to his E. Is he gonna keep this fight going? Probably not. You know. So even if you can't see him directly, it's like you have an idea of how it's going. Then it all works out. See how awkward this is though, where it's not centered. Like you can see because you just have to focus on what's in front of you as ADC too, and then move the camera past it. To see the Ashe and Yone doing their stuff there versus like exactly seeing the Trindamere, probably better just to, be fully focused on what's in front of you.
So if in this team fight, how like what the camera should I do? Like
Okay, so then as Trindamere goes in, I would center it. And then we're looking at Trindamere, just dead eyes on Trindamere. So then he spins away, okay, and then eyes on Ashe. Yone's gonna come back. You don't even have to see what Yone's doing up there either. It's just having the position, waiting for the Yone to come back. Because you whip the camera up there like as he's coming back. And,
yeah,
those little
I,
things like just make it harder to interpret what's happening immediately.
I'm trying to see if John has the Q like on, you know, so he can jump on me, you know, or if I have to try to dodge it, you know. Like so that is why I put the camera up to see if he's going with the Q or not.
Yeah, but then it wasn't fast enough. So did you even like get a glimpse of it? That's my main thing. Like if it's not fast enough, probably just keep it centered and then react.
So I have to do it faster, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Literally
So
always the faster you can get it, the better.
I play with 63 here. So let me see, what is it?
63 in game? That's so weird.
Yeah, I mean, just I
Okay.
stick with that one.
And then your
Where this one?
DPI?
Yeah. My DPI is 2000 in
Okay.
my mouse and 15 game. I don't move that. 50 here and 63 here. 2000. Yeah, and I had 4 or 5 days ago. I always had a mouse issue, but I didn't know why, so I didn't like fix it. I have like a G305, the one from Logitech that is like wireless. Basically, what I did is like in the program there is something called HZ. I don't know how to say it. Like this thing, you know, that is the frequency, and I
Oh,
had to
Hertz.
lower to 500. Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't work on 1,000?
Not works properly. Like sometimes it's like a little bit lagging. You know, like it's not.
Yeah, if the
It's,
if the USB ports aren't like new enough or whatever the fuck. 500 to 1,000 really no big deal.
I mean, okay, so it's fine. Okay, perfect then. So spot the minimap and move better the camera or faster. Okay.
All that comes naturally too. It's like you can go into the next like I don't know 10 games and have a faster camera, but then if it falls up, if it's not happening like without thought, like we said, it's like you want to get it automatic. So it's something that's gonna just build up as you practice.
Yeah, I have to push myself to get that, no?
Yeah,
All the time and keep pushing no matter what. Like
yeah,
basically whenever I play the game I have to go to the limit of it and push myself non-stop, like in CSing and all that.
Yeah, that's what makes the game fun too.
Yeah,
Something to put against everyone. You know the EU West players. You know how it goes. Something to put against that. You still get practice out of the game regardless of the game state itself by giving it all you got.
yeah, I have an advantage in this server actually. I should just take it. Okay, perfect. I think I will stick with this things that I write here. Let me just.
Joke, focus, mythic, no call. Friggin' lane, the matchups. Yeah, because now where you're really looking for the matchups too, they will really just start like appearing to you, like how to play them and having a good idea of what to do.
Okay, so what we can do is I try to fix all this unless I have a problem or something. I try to like improve it a lot. And then if you want in 2 weeks, I get another coaching session and you tell me, hey, you improve a lot. You didn't improve, something like that to see
Alrighty.
how I'm going.
Yeah, do a
If you
checkup.
are fine with it, yeah, check up.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Because my goal in this game is like I want to get. I want to get challenged. That is what I dream always when I started to play. Like, but I'm just retarded. I think because I didn't look at things, correctly. But
Yeah, you can be stupid and get challenger too, so don't lose hope.
yeah,
It's a combination of both, like being smart and being stupid, and it's just playing well too. That's that's
yeah,
always going to be the main goal. So, yeah, best of
yeah.
luck. And yeah, I would say so. In 2 weeks, you're going to play 100 games by then, right?
2 weeks, yeah, probably.
Already good.
100 minimum, yeah.
Yeah, 100's a good place to start because I've been scheduling the coaching sessions with people, but then I'm like, there should be a game requirement, you know? Because if they play 10 games in the span of 2 weeks,
No,
like,
I mean, yeah.
so,
I mean,
so yeah,
yeah.
I'll see you in 2 weeks / 100 games.
Okay. I play sports, so I know like what I need to do, like to practice and improve in terms of those things. So
Alrighty, very nice. Yeah, because that's another problem a lot of people run into. They don't realize they have to practice as well. They think, but that's the league, you know. They get high off the knowledge, and then they love learning the game but not playing it. But yeah.
yeah, League is an interesting game as fuck. That is why many people are addicted, because it's like
Yeah, it's so many different things.
frustrating and as well amazing in the same way. Because the things you learn, things you improve, and the way you feel after you learn many things. And for example, this year I reached master, like in pre-season, and I was like in the beginning I wasn't feeling like happy or anything, but after a couple of days I see that my gameplay was improved a lot, and then I feel better with myself.
Yeah, I love that part of League where you can actually work towards something and then get a whole lot better. But yeah, okay, doke. I got to get going. Good talking to you, man.
Yeah, give me your email
Oh,
and
yeah.
I send you the money, okay?
Oh yeah, pretty important part. Best of luck. Best of luck with the climb.
Thank you.
I played
Thank you.
a lot of ADC the first 2 months of the season, and God bless support players.
Yeah, I wanna die.
It really builds up a discipline that I don't think you can get otherwise. So even if you're 40, you're 40 with a coworker that sucks. It's like that's nothing compared to a Pike. So a Pike leaving lane when you're 0-2 on Jinx. Oh fuck, Artie. Peace out.
Personal, okay? Yeah, peace out.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
What a cool guy. What a cool guy.
Let's do another game probably. Or do we want to go over?
I'm gonna do a VOD review and then that's about the time. There we go.
Do I just put the game up or?
No, like look at my screen share.
Oh, I see.
Doke. During the invade, it's like you're indecisive. You're asking like, "What should I do?" You should know what to do. You've played Victor. This is Kha'Zix.
Like I don't want to. I want to fuck it up on anyway. I just like to go to lane. That's a thing I would do, but I don't know if it's correct.
It doesn't like you can't be
Because
worried
this
about.
because this scenario doesn't occur that much, so I don't know what's the right answer.
Oh, I thought this is like common. Like it's Kha'Zix in Italy. Like they're gonna end with a Nautilus to not like.
I know they're gonna invade. I would like just to stack somewhere, and if they're gonna come,
Even if you guys stack though, this level 1 sucks. Like their level 1's winning outrageously hard.
Yeah, it's bad. So I would just like to stay in line, probably.
Okay, and that's pretty much where we get. If we're gonna start in lane, just last hit because you're gonna deny more minions that way. It also like puts the lane like just even instead of pushing, because if it's pushing and things don't go our way, like we have a Nautilus in Italy behind us, and we're fucked. So we poke him as the wave's going in, and then with the E on cooldown, this is your time to ward.
Oh.
We definitely need a ward behind us because Nautilus and Italy can get weird. They have so much time. So a right side ward. Right now, he takes that melee. We would have been back onto the wave. And then with this sort of movement, you want to wait like at a good range and then just be watching it happen instead of like a wide like forward and backwards click, because that will put you in positions where you have to be moving into them, and if you do that, you're fucked. It puts you in against like every single matchup that's a melee champion with a dash. It puts you in a position to be attacked. So
yeah, so instead of clicking behind and forward, clicking left to right.
yeah, most of the time, or you can just S key. So moving in and then moving away. Instead of moving away, if we're just like upholding this position, waiting for the Fizz to CS, then whenever he uses the E, then we can choose to adjust left or right, or even a little bit back.
Yeah.
And then everything's going to be a whole lot faster versus like it's moving, and then back forward. It's not terrible there, but like if you were just strictly staring him down, because he doesn't have any threat against you right now, especially if you had the ward already. And then if you have an auto attack right there, you have an E. The sooner you cast the E, the faster it comes up. The faster we get these E's off, the faster we like actually have something.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to wait for the second rank E, so it would get more value from it.
Yeah, but we have to dump them right here because we already have them chunked, and then the wave's coming back to us. So we also, like, if we hit the wave as well, it's like we're getting level 3 sooner. We have 3 corrupting potions for the mana, so we have nothing to worry about.
Okay.
And he can't have lethal on us either. So it's like waiting that out is just too slow into Fizz. That's how it's going to be for most of the melee matchups too. Like they're going to have the sustain against you. Another auto attack instead of hitting the melee minions to get the level 3. We get the level 3. There's the E.
Yeah.
We could have had 2 of them by now for no downside. 80 mana. We would have been at 80 mana ourselves, but then we can use one of the corrupting potion. Like it's fine. And hopefully he jumps on us. Okay. What if we just ran Ignite in this lane too? Do we really need TP?
Not really.
Because the wave's going to play it. So long that you know how to play the wave, I think like the Ignite is fine. Because Ignite fucking ruins Fizz. That's a lethal right there. And they, like, you noob check them and it's not even bad either because, like, it just keeps going. Because it makes it where you don't have to land another E as well most of the time. Like, later into the game, whenever we were trying to go for a lethal, it's like, it would take like 2 to 3 E's depending on like his sustain or whatnot.
I maybe we should have just went with Airy, Scorch, Ignite, and go full on ham on him. It might be better with the way I'm playing.
I don't think like the Airy Scorch like would change a whole bunch here. I think the first strike is fine.
Yeah.
It's just having that Ignite to have that extra damage. Because, yeah, it is simply just another E and that guy is dead. Okay, and then slow on this, so we missed the cannon. Then in these positions, the wave is like going to be coming towards you because his wave's going to arrive sooner. So here you can start playing a little bit further back, just like, but still at your max range.
I thought that my wave is still too big, so it's gonna push towards him still. Like it's 50-50 right here, I think.
So, like, let's see where these melee minions go. They should go forward, yeah.
Yeah, but I aggroed.
Okay. So then this would come back to you eventually.
Yeah, this was.
Because it's like, here's where the lane is, but then the next wave is going to be coming as well. So you have to factor that in.
Mm-hmm.
And then we spend the mana on the wave so we can have a lethal and fizz, and then we kind of overstay. I kind of fucking... This is kind of my bad where I say stay, and then it's a little...
Yeah, in that position when you said for the first time that I should go back, I would have gone back and TP'd probably. It would have been much better, I think.
Yeah, if we TP back, then everything's fine here. And then we can hold the wave.
Yeah, I think here I should have TP'd just.
God damn, though. If you have a bungler, though, you can be on the biggest overstay mankind's ever seen, and there's kind of no downside. And to these matchups, too, it's like you can run biscuits into fizz if you wanted to play like this, too. Because let's say you don't have TP, you have the biscuits and ignite, then you can really, really, like, find a lethal even if things get kind of messed up.
My cannon smile.
Okay. In these spots, we're like trying to play our max range and then just dump E's when we can. Okey-doke. So then he's still not level 6. It's going to be safe enough to be like right here, and then we can dump the E. Even if Nautilus and Nidalee are coming from behind here, we exit to the left.
Yeah.
It's all good. But if you don't get the E's off on Fizz as like the wave's coming in, then you don't really have a lane.
Yeah.
God bless Null Magic Mantle. Look at that pathetic damage.
It's great.
Like having that Null Magic is so like necessary in this matchup, in my opinion. Because it lets you get off more damage too. You can let him hit you and you can't die. It's so good. Okay. And then I'm saying like press into him, so Q's onto you. And then whenever he uses the E, he's gonna back off. If he lands on you, yeah, it's not gonna be a lethal. I don't think he's dead, but it's like this shit, you know, instead of just up here and then waiting for him to land into an E, because like it's then you have to move into him for the E, and it's like if Nautilus is better, like fuck, I don't know, maybe flashes to the side and then Q's there, like it just gives them an opportunity. Every time you have to move back in because you've clicked too far back, it gives them like opportunity. So the better like the neutral is, like the easier your life is, the more damage you get off, the less damage they deal. Everything's better. Okey-doke, and then we're worried about getting Dove, which is fair enough, but Fizz doesn't have ulti. So stand your ground.
Worried about the Nida and Nautilus.
Okay.
Like, I think they're on the left side just.
Yeah, we know that they can be on the left side, but like let's watch Nautilus here in time. So here he goes into the Fog of War. So he's right here. And then let's say he's just crossing around. And then he would have to channel the Hextech Flash like right now if he's even outside of the bush. So like, and then let's go back and then watch the Fizz. Because it's the same deal. You just got to be pumping out those E's as soon as they're up. Kind of regardless of these lane states too. It's up, stand your ground, right at the max range. Look at the Fizz, he looks at you, bang, E to the face. Because we're not getting the CS anyways.
Yeah.
And the sooner you cast it, the sooner it's up.
The more damage I'll get.
Okay, and then it's a fucking bungler support diff. We can't really hit them here. And then they start fighting top. And you're so fucking far back here. God, Because even if Nautilus is here, play to the right side. Jesus. This is like EU West incarnate. It pisses me. Like, this shit is like just, you. There's no, like, it's fine. We can really play ball here. But just being like this Teemo far back is conceding everything. Get up here, cast an E, see what the Fizz does. And if he messes up, you run him down and he's dead. It's all fine.
Okay.
But to do this is to play safe, is to never play at all. It's like play on an E-Unit. It's not even playing the game, you know? So we gotta get up here. We gotta get up here, be brave. E the Fizz if he gives an opportunity. So he's gonna hit these minions or something. Even if his ulti comes up, like, we have the null magic, he's not gonna kill us. Would have had the 1E, then we could just be autoing the cannon minion. If he wants to attack us at all, like, he's losing. But then you give up that part of the lane so we don't have damage built up on him. The wave goes in. If we have one more E, this is lethal right here.
Yeah.
I was wondering why this went so wrong. And then what I was saying is, like, you can just literally move into the turret. There's not great options for him. He'll probably freak out and attack you, and then if he does so, you let him use everything, and then you dump the E ulti on him and just kind of walk away. And then if the Nidalee and Nautilus are chasing you, maybe we attack bot lane or some crazy shit, but we want to exit to the right side because Nautilus and Nidalee had just killed top lane. But God, if we just had the E beforehand, he's dead. That's the most important part, honestly. That neutral play and just being on it about getting those E's off in such like a just neutral, positive way, because that's Victor. The enemy can't deal with it. And you got to abuse it a whole lot more. And it's easy enough to do, too. And once you do, like, you're going to be just decimating them. It'll be like you have full control over them, and they'll feel like they have nothing to do, basically. So.
Okay. 256. I know if I want to go for another game, I might.
I mean, I don't have the time.
Yeah. So PayPal, right?
Yeah. Here you go. There we go. I have Streamlabs as well, if you need to use that.
Oh.
That one's for like bank stuff. But yeah, do you have any other questions or anything?
I'll try to work on the things you said to me, and then I might book a review and see how I progressed.
Okie doke. So yeah, whenever you want to do that, just message me and then.
$25, right?
Yeah, 25 USD. Just message me whenever you get that going, and best of luck.
Okay.
Yeah. Alrighty. Gotta get going. Peace out.
Yeah, bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a good night.
See ya. Victor's hard. Good luck. But dump those E's off. Alrighty, peace.